Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Conquest Productions. My name is Darren. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars Retro Collection, Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi, and man, what an amazing figure. Now, for me, growing up, I didn't grow up with the original trilogy. I grew up with the sequel trilogy. The sequels also, but the prequels. I grew up watching the Clone Wars, and the closest thing to the original trilogy that I grew up with is Star Wars Rebels. And honestly, that was just a goofy, dumb kids show, in my opinion. So I don't really have that much connection. But with Return of the Jedi, everything changes because Return of the Jedi was the first ever Star Wars film I ever watched. And man, oh man, this is my favorite Luke Skywalker figure. I know a lot of people love the Bespin Luke Skywalker. This is honestly my personal favorite because I'm just nostalgic about it being the first ever Star Wars movie I watched and the first ever time I saw Luke. Moving on to the figure, he comes with 3 accessories, and his accessories include a cloak that he wore whenever he was about to assassinate Jabba the Hutt, and you can easily just put the cloak on him, stick his head through there like boop, just boop, and there you go. Now he's wearing a cloak, which in many of my stop motions, under a red light in a darkened area, I use as the Emperor. And he comes with the blaster, the figure just fell, that he used to attempt to assassinate Jabba the Hutt with, which can go into this hand. And we just put that in there. Sorry if you hear any noise in the background. My computer's using the cooldown system. So you can use it. My copy does not hold it that well unless it's supposed to be the other hand. It might be. Sorry. I don't use this a lot. Because honestly, I do not like how the blaster looks with him. Jedi do not carry blasters, but you can use it as if he's trying to assassinate Jabba. And his third accessory is his green lightsaber. Green's my favorite color, so I'm a little biased. And that fits in this hand pretty good. I don't know if you can see that, but you can do it this side, or as I like to do it here, which does stretch out the hand somewhat, but it's the only way I've been able to have it hold. So you can have it, and you can duel. Sadly, I don't own a Darth Vader or any Stormtrooper. The Stormtroopers that goes to my little brother. Let's get that cloak off. But the only Stormtrooper that we somewhat have is a Flame Trooper, and it's my little brother's. So I always have to use my imagination and pretend that there is an enemy Stormtrooper. And as for articulation, he's a 5 POE, which means he has 5 points. No knees, leg just goes forward, not that far, back, boom. Arms full 360, and his head is on a swivel. Although it looks odd anytime his head turns, because that's just me. I think it looks odd. It might. And his lightsaber. He does not like to hold things. His lightsaber goes in under the camera. There we go. He does not like to stand, so what I often use is a stand from other figures. This is a Cobra Commander stand. From a Cobra figure, I don't collect the 3 3/4 inch figures from there, so I just put the stand on him. There you go. Just to get him to stand up. And on to comparison. Now, the only other figure that is basically like an original 5 POA Kenner figure that I own is the Empire Strikes Back rocket firing Boba Fett. And since he's on the stand, the scale is off, so he is slightly taller than Boba Fett, but they both stand in at about 3 3/4 inches, and you can have them there if they want to do something out of pocket, like holding hands. That's Boba Fett, and he just fell. And if you want him compared to a droid, I don't own any of the droids. However, I have built several droids. They're in scale, I'm pretty sure, to the original, so there's my own custom R6 unit. And that's what he looks like. He has his own little blaster. Yep. And finally, to a more modern figure. Here he is compared to the Captain Fordo figure. And he doesn't like the stand either, but here's Captain Fordo beside him. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's about them. The Captain Fordo figure is slightly taller. But hey, all clones are taller. Yep. As for vehicles, the only other Star Wars vehicle that I own, in fact, the only Star Wars vehicle I own, is, sorry, let me just put him to the side here, is an X-Wing. But not any X-Wing. I don't know if I can fit this into frame, hold on. You might see my hand. Wow. This is the only other, well, this is the only Star Wars vehicle that I have not built that I own, and the landing gear do not like to stay up. One side goes up, the other side will fall. That's how it always goes. Fine. This is the only other Star Wars vehicle I own, which is the Rise of Skywalker X-Wing. I honestly prefer how the X-Wings look in the sequel trilogy, and you have Luke right beside it. But I honestly prefer them because I'm a sucker for the original Ralph McQuarrie concept art, so that even means my favorite ship, the Y-Wing, I prefer how it looks from the Ralph McQuarrie. Balancing the camera with only one arm, because this thing, I don't know if that's... So, if you want me to fit in the cockpit, I'm going to have to do this with one hand. You're going to have to put his legs upward. Like this, one leg is always longer than the other. I do not get it fine. But you're going to lift this up. He fits in here. You just fit him. You're going to have his arms up slightly since... There we go. Down. He fits in there just fine. And I can pilot a X-Wing, which I wish we would see in the sequel trilogy, him piloting it instead of Ray. I do not like those sequel movies. The only thing I like about them is the space battles, because they're a lot more elaborate. That's the only thing I like about modern Star Wars is how the ships look and the space battles. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I'm going to be reviewing that. I'll review that another day. But move the camera back up, down. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry if you can't, but this was the Retro Collection Luke Skywalker figure. Very excellent figure. I do recommend. So, thank you for tuning in to the channel. I know I'm sounding like every other YouTuber, but we're so close to 10 subscribers. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video to anyone so you can spread the word about my channel. That came off weird, I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.